Good morning. This is Michael Dong on episode number 15, an overview of pharmaceutical jobs for analytical chemists. Next, we discuss career landscapes for analytical chemists in pharmaceutical industry. The pharmaceutical industry is a major employer for analytical chemists, particularly those skilled in HPLC and mass spectrometry. The breakdown on jobs ranked by popularity are: the first one is CMC, which stands for Chemistry Manufacturing Control, mostly in analytical development and to some degree in quality control. Next, bioanalytical, which include DMPK or PKDM, drug metabolism, and pharmacokinetics. Next is quality assurance, regulatory affair, and MS&T, which stands for manufacturing support, science and technology. There are others such as discovery and local support, purification of candidates, high throughput screening, MMR, solid state characterization, and production and manufacturing support. Finally, to a much lesser degree, research areas such as proteomic, and for those companies offering clinical diagnostic product, clinical diagnostic is one of them, and also discovery of disease biomarkers. Finally, there are career opportunities in other related industry, mostly in CDMOs, contract development and manufacturing organization, CMO, and contract research organization, and also instrument and accessory manufacturers. Let's discuss in a little bit more detail the CMC organization, which is often called the Pharmaceutical Science Organization, or sometimes called the Technical Development Organization. Note that the roles for analytical chemists are labeled in red. Now, CMC typically is categorized by three different groups: process chemist for scale up of the API, formulation of pharmaceutics, and also analytical support, analytical development and support, which support both process chemistry, formulation, and other analytical chemistry characterization and development. Now, QC could be part of that CMC, or most likely QC would be a separate department away from the CMC department. Peripheral to the CMC is DMPK, which is drug metabolism pharmacokinetic, usually a very good sized department that support early toxin safety evaluation and drug metabolism identification. And there's also other peripheral organizations which work together to get the drug candidate into clinic, including pharmacology, biochemistry, safety, toxicology. QA actually, in term organization, is above QC, which is the laboratory branch of QA, and regulatory affairs, or RA, and also collaboration with clinical supply, manufacturing collaboration, and PM or project management. Some of the organization branch are recorded in this particular white paper published in 2022. Let's dive into the more typical job function of analytical development and also QC. First, AD, which represent the largest percentage of job opportunity for analytical chemists in the pharmaceutical industry. Analytical development embraces the characterization of the physical chemical property of the drug substance and drug product. Also develop, qualify, or validate and transfer analytical method, including, most importantly, stability indicating assays, in-process control methods, and also method for release testing to generate the CFA. AD also conduct initial stability evaluation in general, and also responsible for the identification of impurity and degradation products. A big area is the collaboration with the CMC team or technical development team, also oversee CRO and CMO to resolve technical issues and challenges. So the main role also includes the support of the API process or process chemist and the formulation development. Next is the QC department, which is in general is a separate organization, but could be in some organization or company actually is included in the CMC department. So in QC, actually include the conducting of release testing and providing the C of A for various material, such as raw material, starting material, drug substance, and drug product. Also, conduct a GMP stability study. Often is outsourced, but is responsible for that task. The purpose is to establish shelf life and also packaging and storage conditions. QC include the development of technical specification for QC in conjunction in a task force or a committee, which include multidisciplinary personnel. And also, it's the QC for critical quality attribute or CQA in quality by design terminology, which eventually morph into specification. Also, the QC personnel staff is also contribute to the CMC section of regulatory filings such as IND or investigation of new drugs. In Europeans, it's called the IMPD section, the investigation medicinal product dossier for CTA, which is clinical trial application. Let's discuss a bit on the location of the manufacturing site and R&D locations of some of the major pharmaceutical company in the industry. We would just comment on some of those labeled in red. Now, Boston has been emerging as the most important hub in pharmaceutical R&D, with some examples shown here: Moderna, Biogen, Vertex, Takeda, Novartis, Pfizer, and Merck. The San Francisco Bay Area, anchored by Genentech, which is the first biotech company, which now belongs to Roche, might include other companies such as Gilead, Amgen, Denali. Also, this location is the home of over 250 pharmaceutical organizations. Others are traditional areas such as the New Jersey and Philadelphia area, including Merck, Johnson & Johnson, Bristol Myers Squibb, Teva, Novartis, Catalent, and Bayer. The Raleigh and Durham in North Carolina is emerging as a manufacturing hub, including some of these companies shown here: GSK, Biogen, Pfizer, Novo Nordisk, Eli Lilly, which is investing and opening new plants in this area, and Thermo Fisher Scientific. Others are Los Angeles, Chicago Midwest, including AbbVie, Baxter, Eli Lilly, and Indianapolis, and AbbVie. Seattle area, New York Westchester area, including Pfizer and Regeneron, and also emerging as a kind of a new hub, arranged in the New Haven area and also near Groton are Pfizer, Alexion, which now belong to AstraZeneca, and also Biohaven and Boehringer Ingelheim, a German company in Richfield, Connecticut. There are also numerous positions available for CDMOs, CMO, and CRO, shown here, distributed in the Northeast, Southeast, Midwest, West Coast, with some of their specialty services provided. Shown here are some of services such as biologic, gene therapy analytical services. There are also numerous CRO in bioanalytical testing, clinical and early phase tox animal study, and also toxicology evaluation, and also including analytical testing, as shown here in some example, such as Charles River, Eurofin, PPD, Alchemy, MedPace, LabCard, Wuxi, Frontage, and so on, SGS, Intertech, Cambridge, and Paste. Let's finish up by discussing the pros and cons of working in the pharmaceutical industry. In general, the pros are extensive, such as higher pay, very competitive pay, and typically performance bonuses on offer. Also stock options for more established companies. Pros are jobs in metropolitan area, major city, and also the ability to be exposed to more advanced instrumentation for analytical chemists. And finally, a contribution to life-saving therapies and also to the advancement for public health. There are several cons depending on your personality. First one I would label is the perception of higher stress under GMP condition in regulated laboratory for testing, and also generally very demanding timelines in juggling multiple tasks. Also, some of the positions often require a relocation to a major metropolitan location with much higher cost of living. In general, one need to have some kind of industrial experience, often needed to get higher. So having a undergraduate or graduate internship would be a leg up on this. Finally, some of the desirable skills are knowledge of GMP, knowledge or prior experience with regulatory filings such as IND and NDA or its amendments, and also ability to communicate well and also having leadership skills are important. For those of you who are interested in job search, there's a 15-minute video primer on the subject shown here. Some of the references from the book, from some of these white paper, and also general YouTube channels on HPLC and specifically on job search. On that note, I'd like to thank you for your attention in the conclusion of episode number 15, an overview of pharmaceutical jobs for the analytical chemist.